Welcome to the show, everybody. Tommy T here with my buddy Sal The Bookmaker and a surprise guest today. Today's show is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind for less than $1 a day. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, and even contracts given to you that you just don't understand. Plus a whole lot more. Call Legal Shield right now at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305. Or visit them online at nocourt.us.
Yes. All right. All right, so we have a special guest with us today. A big welcome to everybody listening in on iHeartRADIO and KSHP 1400 right here in Las Vegas, and those watching on Facebook Live. We do have a special guest with us, and please identify yourself.
Morlon Greenwood, 8-year linebacker for the Miami Dolphins and Houston Texans.
All right, and a 4-year starter.
University.
A 4-year starter at Syracuse as well, right?
Well, I've never been second place my entire life.
Hey, turn his mic up, would you?
Okay, it's all the way up.
Okay.
Can you hear it? Good?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, good.
Yeah, he knows a little something about being in front of a mic. We'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, go ahead, man.
So, Marlon, how big of a basketball fan are you?
Not much.
Okay.
Not much of a basketball.
Well, this might be the perfect show for you because Sal and I are pissed. I'm a huge basketball guy. I mean,
Oh, yeah?
I grew up a Lakers fan. I'm from New York, small town, 40 minutes away. So Syracuse was our big city growing up.
Oh, yeah.
But somehow I grew up a Magic Johnson fan. I was always a Laker fan, and I just watched the Lakers lose by 42 today. So
How about a round of applause for that?
no
42 points to who?
to Indiana without their best player, without Oladipo.
The Indiana race cars, but you can call them the Pacers.
The Pacers.
Yeah.
It was awful.
That's
It's
excellent.
It's always tough, you know. It's always tough to lose like that.
Yeah, just
Especially seeing your team that you really want to see so much out of, and you know, that's why I don't even root for sports. You know, I don't. But I was rooting for the Patriots on Sunday.
Yes, you were really. That's interesting because
it's like one time in the longest time to start rooting for. But like I'm gonna root for the Patriots.
Attaboy.
well, so you play for the Colts, right? You play
No, I play for the
Dolphins.
Houston Texans.
Oh, the Texans. Is that right?
and the
Okay,
Miami
so
Dolphins,
I was thinking you played for one of the rivals, although you were in the same
Dolphins.
division. You were
I
same
played,
division.
we
Yeah.
were in the same division. I played against the Patriots a lot. You know?
Why were you rooting for the Patriots this time?
Well, you know, how can you not root for the Patriots?
Absolutely.
You know, they've proven over and over that, you know, they can, no matter who they have coming there, they can produce. And they're doing it year in and year out. You know, Tom Brady, 9 Super Bowls. Now he's won 6. And it's like me, I started 8 years in the NFL. That's more than the
crazy.
years that I
Yeah.
played. You know, I also played 3 years in the UFL too, but 11 years, but still. You know, just a tremendous career, and you have all the doubters out there that go on to talk about, you know, the Patriots, how they're cheating or they're doing this, deflate gate, spy gate, whatever type of gate, you know, open gate, closed gate, who knows? But they prove over and over again that no matter who goes in there, they went through all these different wide receivers and all these different players, and they show that the nucleus and the formula of their system, that it works. And Bill Belichick, he's a genius. He's not just Tom Brady. That combination of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, you know, having the mind. And I've seen an interview on the Super Bowl, and it was interesting. And Bill Belichick, he was Phil Simms, that he was interviewing him, and Phil Simms said, that when he was at the Giants, you know, Bill Belichick came out there and asked him before the game, what do you think? You know, and that's what a lot of coaches don't really care about. They put in the game plan and be like, this is our game plan. You're going to run it this way and you're going to do this. But no matter how good they think the game plan is, they still, even on game day, they still want to see what the player thinks. What do you think you want to do? What are you thinking? And Bill Belichick answer to that was, you know, he never played a game. He could come up with all the schemes, but he always want to get the players' input. So I think
That's
why he's been so successful over the years.
That's awesome. I think so. you played all those years in the NFL. Has a coach ever asked you before a game, like one of your coaches come up and say, what do you think about the game plan? Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, yeah. I've been fortunate to be blessed with a lot of good coaches. We have Johnny Holling from Miami. Not from Miami, from Houston Texans. That was my linebacker coach there. Also, Jim Bates. We have Jim Bates that was the defensive coordinator there in Miami. He used to always ask, what do we think? What do you want to do? And so that, but then again, you have some coaches that don't really ask you what you think. They just put in the game plan and they just be like, this is the game plan, this is what we're going with, and these are the plays that we're going with that works. And also another thing that I've noticed with Bill Belichick is it doesn't matter how the game is going in the first half, you know that they're going to make some halftime adjustments, and that's because he's just not taking the input from his coaches or what he sees, but also I know they've taken the input from the players, because there's a lot of games we were in playing in the NFL, and we're out there on the football field and we're telling the coaches this is what they're running, because sometimes you can't really see all of that up in the press box or on all the different plays. These are the plays that run. We need to adjust it right now, and the player, sometimes the coaches that listen right away, we're able to fix it. And so that's a credit to him, man. How can you bet against the Patriots? Over and over again, they're proven. Tom Brady, he's getting old. He's 40. He's getting old. He's never be able to do it. The guy just proved over and over.
Yeah, they say he's going to fall off a cliff. Like they say, like that thing where you're supposed to, all of a sudden your skills diminish immediately.
But he lives in the flatland. There's no cliff there.
Yeah, cliff. I don't. And of course, as you get older, I mean, obviously, maybe he's not throwing the ball as hard as he was 5 years ago, but he compensates for it, like Peyton Manning did at the end of his career. They compensate for it with anticipation, being able to read the defenses. So he just stays out of trouble for the most part.
Yeah, well, is that a fact, though, that he's not throwing the ball as hard?
It's not a fact, no. I said, and that's why I said maybe he's not throwing it as hard as he was 5 years ago.
And I think that's what they do as you get up in the age in football. They try to look at anything that looks like, all right, here's the example. When you come in as a rookie and you make a mistake, it's just a rookie mistake. He's gonna learn and he's gonna become a pro, right? But then when you get older and you make a simple mistake, he's getting old, he's not working, he's not having the same technique, and so
right. Everybody said that after the first throw, the interception. The wheels are off. Yeah,
exactly.
The Patriots are going to lose. Really?
And the term they use with the other players is that he lost a step. I like to know who determines that he lost the step.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
and that used to always just drive me nuts. Soon as you hit 30, they want to say, you're losing a step, and then they start talking about it. And if you have one bad game or end up missing a play, then they try to say, well, you're getting older, you're losing a step, and look at Adrian Peterson. I mean,
tell me he lost a step. Really?
How many times they tried to say that he lost a step?
He had a 90-yard touchdown run this year.
Right. Exactly. If he's that old, he couldn't run away from anybody in the first place.
He ran the whole team for 90 yards.
I know.
Exactly. So I feel like as players, as long as you take care of yourself, get your rest, get your proper rest that you need, you could play for a very long time. And if you don't have a lot of injuries, because those injuries sometimes kind of hamper you and, kind of delay your process of playing how you can play or take away your confidence. Some guys, to know that a lot of guys that have had knee injuries, you see them still wearing braces. Even though they're better, they're still weird because in their psychologically in their mind they'll be like, I'm good now, but let me just wear it just in case.
Right. There's the crutch.
Right? Yeah, there's the crutch. Yeah,
exactly.
So we have Morlon Greenwood here, a longtime NFL linebacker,
8 years
for the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans, and also a 4-year starter for Syracuse University. Special guest here. We're very excited. So Sal and I have been doing this show since the first week in November, and it's a handicap show. It's called Place Your Bet, and so Sal's an expert with these games. Right now, Sal's record is 50-4
against the line.
And
it's all documented,
which is over basically 93%. It's at 92.59%.
Nice.
So his record right now is ridiculous. I think I have a couple wins in there, but Sal pulls out. He'll pull out a game, college basketball, a hockey game. You haven't nailed any pro games yet. You don't mess with the pro game.
Sure I have.
The NBA game?
I put a couple in there.
What game? I don't remember what NBA game you did.
There's been so many of them, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but it's mostly football. And then during the college season, he'll pull out.
I love college football.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the obscure teams. I mean, who beat Texas State? Well, first of all, he loves UCF, University of Central Florida.
Yeah,
that was the favorite team this year.
It's too bad that Milton McKenzie or Mackenzie Milton, whatever, he went down with the broken leg.
25 wins in a row.
Yeah, boy, they were on a roll.
Yeah,
wow,
they were on an absolute roll. But I like the obscure teams where people aren't really betting them because you get a true line on those, and it's not like you're getting heavy action. So you're getting what the odds makers really put on it. And if there's maybe movement of $1,000, man, that line's moving at least a half a point. It just depends on the game. College hoops is the same thing. The Super Bowl, it took in certain casinos, it took 40,000 to 50,000 in action to move it a half a point. So that's what I had seen, and that's what I had heard from the powers that be.
How does that sports book in New Jersey lose $4.5 million in a Super Bowl? What was the action on that one? There's one sports book in New Jersey lost over $4 million. So did they take a lot of action on the Rams? Was that?
Look, whenever you have that, it's like somebody came in or a group of people came in and they bet on one team. They loaded up on one team, and that team won. It just happens. That's why Vegas loves the games that are like a picket, because you're going to have equal action pretty much on both sides. They're going to get their 10%. Everybody's going to be happy, right? You'll have half winners, half losers, and the house takes their 10 points.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that.
Ideally, they want 50% on each team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just live off of the vig or the trim, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I don't really understand. I don't understand the whole betting situation, because when we played, we were told not to even get involved with that, and I didn't want to come close to it.
Sure.
So I don't even know what the over, the under. People even explain it to me.
You know what you remember?
Great. You shouldn't. It's great.
Marlon, go get the ball.
You line up here, don't be offsides, where you see the football, just go get it. That's what my high school coach told me when I first started playing football in junior year in high school. But but I don't know if it's a brain lock or, not wanting from back then, not even want to learn, because a lot of people told me about it. Oh, this is what the over means or the under, and I still, explain it to me again, But this game,
file it.
I was on a podcast and they were asking, what's your prediction for the score since you're going for the Patriots? And I said, I didn't even know what to go with, but I just said 27-14, because I thought it was going to be more points.
A lot of people thought that.
It was like a very low scoring game.
Funny you say that, because the number that I had in my head was 23-16.
Oh, 23-16.
Yeah, I was really rooting for a shutout. I wanted a shutout in the worst way, because we haven't seen it.
No,
we haven't seen it. Hey, listen, man, we're coming up on a break right now. How much time do we have?
We got 1 minute.
We got 1 minute. All right.
Yeah.
All right, folks, make sure you check out placeyourbet.vegas. There's a few characters on the website. There's Tommy T, me, Sal the Bookmaker, and a pile of money. And the pile of money just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the pile of money actually has a bio. So make sure you go to placeyourbet.vegas. Check us out. Pick up subscription. We go all the way through basketball season to baseball season.
You gave it a bio?
Hey, of course. All right, folks. We're going to be back here with Morlon Greenwood, 8-year veteran from the National Football League, Tommy T, and myself in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
It's great.
Yeah, man. I definitely don't. That's one of the things, from playing that they talk about, that, not betting on games and all this other stuff. But here's the thing. They talk about, which teams to bet on, the different teams like
right.
that, or how do you know that? Sometimes they talk about that. Oh, this game is rigged, or the football game is rigged. They were gonna win, and they knew who was gonna win. There is no way there is absolutely no way you can do that.
No way. Yeah.
That's the same reason why. That's the same reason why.
I'm with Marlon. There's no way. I've been saying that forever. I just don't think it's possible.
Like,
right? If I said that forever,
you always say that.
We've been games that we should have. We had. There's no way we should have won the game, and we end up winning the game. There's no way that we should have lost the game or end up losing the game. So you never know. It's just like the movie. Any given Sunday, or or Saturday.
I must be remarkably lucky to have 50 wins to get 4 losses then.
No,
you know your business.
That's because, and I feel like if I do the same thing, if I watch a game, if I see the players that are in, that I see the players that are hurt, like I didn't even know that Todd Gurley is the name, the running back.
Yeah.
That he was hurt, because in the Super Bowl I was like, how come he's not playing? You know?
Right. Well, listen, when we come back from break, let Marlon bring us back. And go ahead and say, welcome back to Place Your Bet. Introduce yourself. Remember, you've done this before on the other show.
Yeah,
right.
Place your bet.
Place your bet. Place your bet. Not bets, but one bet.
Yeah.
Right? Because you only need one bet. One bet to win. All right? And also, just plug the
Holy cow!
No American Business Trust?
No,
okay,
not on this one.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the foundation.
Bring us in.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do something where you guys talk about that. Like,
we will.
What are you doing?
Well, I got a plan. Don't worry, I got a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marlon's bringing us back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. It's not. Hey, it's good because people are going to see you, and they're going to hear you, and they're going to hear about the foundation. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just it's okay.
No, you don't have to. We got time.
Just welcome back to Place Your Bets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. Welcome back to Place Your Bet. One team.
Welcome back to Place Your Bet.
That's right, because it only takes one bet to win. Hey, here's my promo. Listen to this.
How much?
Listen to this promo.
We're gonna play the music for a little bit, and then after about 10 or 15 seconds of the music, I'm gonna put your mic on and I'll point to you, and then you go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll cue you.
Got a bio for the money. Okay, here we go.
Welcome back to Place Your Bet. This is Morlon Greenwood, 8-year linebacker for the Miami Dolphins and Houston Texans, and also CEO of the Morlon Greenwood Foundation and Vice President of the NFL Alumni Chapter here in Las Vegas. We are here to work within the community and to be able to establish our Caring for Kids initiative.
All right.
Very good.
Another big round of applause.
Another round
you know
of
why?
applause.
Because we can. And you know what? Marlon is also an accomplished musician, too.
Fantastic.
This guy, he's got it.
What do you play?
No, I don't play. I'm actually a reggae artist, like Sean Paul. And
Okay.
I want to hear what you got, man.
If you could think about it like a reggae version of Pitbull or Flow Rider.
Well, let's hear it.
I love Pitbull.
Let's hear what you got.
You're gonna have to demo.
Which one want come test this winner? Flow so fit like Olympic runner. Go against me and you will get devour. I suggest you bow down with Anna. With Anna. With Anna. I suggest you bow down with Anna. With Anna. With Anna. I suggest you bow down with Flow from a cerebellum, come from the stars. Over the beat, me mastering bars. Flow immaculate, nothing countering flaws. Higher than the earth, not entering Mars. And my poetry so heavy. And the word sharp, machete. And me game tight, me stay ready. For slaughter Juanita, Angie and Debbie. Sang me and make it like diamond that blinging with the platinum. Flow like Tupac and Biggie. Now my money pile up with 19 Bugatti. And the people them a jump up when them come see me. No for them say me broke the crosses. Music, bus and it a rule the masses. Ultimate and number one a beat up bosses. Now the people say me bad, blah blah. You know it's ultimate.
All right.
Hey, Morlon Greenwood in the house, everybody. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, my artist name is Ultimate.
Ultimate?
Yeah, I've been writing songs since 9th grade in high school.
That's great, man. Where did you go to high school?
Freeport High School in Long Island.
Long Island. Okay, so you're a New Yorker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So he was the guy doing it in the locker room.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was actually in 9th grade, before I even playing football, once I figured out that making songs is just making words rhyme and just coming up with a catchy hook. And then I continued to do it throughout my career. I started playing football my junior year in high school, got a scholarship, go to Syracuse. Was doing something that I enjoyed doing. Then when I got drafted by the Miami Dolphins, you know how they normally have the rookie stand up and sing a song. Well, I said, I'm going to sing one of my songs that I created. And then when I did it, they were like...
Their faces were like...
They were like,
what?
That's pretty good. And then the PR guy, Cecil Levitt, came up to me and was like, you know what, we got to get you in the studio. So I went to the studio, I recorded my first song. Next thing you know, I'm doing a video, got all the players in there. And this was in the off season. Then when the season started, they were playing the video at halftime while we were playing the New England Patriots.
Excellent. All right, man. We were just talking during break about the Super Bowl, and you were saying something that we've been saying since the game. Todd Gurley had to be injured. There's no explanation for not playing your number one running back.
Yeah.
Splitting carries with C.J. Anderson, and you were that was your thought.
Yeah, definitely. My thought was because I didn't get a chance to watch as much of the playoff games, and sometimes I miss some of the games during the season. But I tried to catch up as much as I can. But while I was watching the game, one of the things that I noticed, I said, the games that I watched when Todd Gurley was in there, I mean, this guy is amazing, man. This guy is a difference maker. And with him handling the running game like that frees it up for the quarterback. Now, with him being less of a factor, that's one of the reasons the quarterback was having such a tough time. And the other run with C.J. Anderson, he was running the ball, but Todd Gurley, he makes a difference. And I know that I was asking everybody, did he have something wrong with him? And they said they think he may have something wrong with his knee. Mm-hmm. But I think they didn't want to rest him up. Maybe he didn't want to miss the opportunity of playing in his first Super Bowl. Who knows what the situation was, or they didn't want people to just game plan and know that he's totally out.
Well, what I found interesting is that, the Rams would bunch their players together, right? I mean, you see that. I mean, how many times have you seen that as a pro? Many, many times. But then you wonder, if you're struggling a little bit, why don't you try to spread it out a little bit and create some lanes for the guy carrying the ball? You know what I mean? And I didn't see the Rams try to mix it up. There was really no halftime adjustment where they really tried something different to give a different look, because you knew Belichick was going to make his adjustments no matter what. But it seemed like McVay didn't make his halftime adjustments.
Well, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about Belichick, about making the adjustments, always making an adjustment. Some coaches, they have their game plan. This is what we do. This is what we're sticking with. We don't care if we don't care if it's not doing anything, or like the ego gets into the way. Both saying, you know what, this is not working. It's time to do something else or make some type of minor adjustment just to be able to move the ball or try something different. But that's why the Patriots are so successful, because they have a coach that understands that the game changes. The game is constantly changing, and sometimes based on personnel or based on what the situation is or what you're seeing on the offense or defensive side, you have to make those necessary adjustments to be able to be successful. And even if you're still up in the first half, you still make adjustment of plays that you feel like you can still get an edge in the second half. So that's how you be. I think that's why the New England Patriots have been so successful, because of that. That's one of the deal too.
Well, you had a very low scoring game. A lot of people were belly aching about it, but it was more of a chess match, right?
Well, it was definitely more of a chess match, but I tell you what, I was very proud to see the Patriots defense played the way they played. Because last year, I was watching the Eagles game. I was like, what is going on here?
But don't you think, Marlon, that Belichick probably paid really close attention to the film from the Bears game, said that's how that team could be beaten because the Bears manhandled the Rams. They shut down Donald. They shut down Gurley. They said, all right, if you're going to beat us, it's going to be Goff that's going to beat us. And we saw what happened. The Bears manhandled the Rams. This is exactly what happened on Sunday's game. It was almost the same game.
Well, he mentioned it, Bill Belichick in that interview. He said, you always want to watch the tape, analyze the tape, see how the teams are playing. And he said that the teams are not the same team that you play against in September. They change throughout the year. So you have to also know that as well. So he definitely watched the different teams and see which team were successful against them and see how they were able to win so they can utilize some of the same thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't put on the game from last Super Bowl and for the defense to watch and be like, this is how you guys were playing last year. Do not come out here and repeat this performance again, because they had Tom Brady threw for 500+ yards and still lost the game. They lost the game. They tackled poorly under the New England defense, but this game they were on it. I mean, they were playing well.
Yeah, I've never seen a team reach the Super Bowl with a clear number one running back like the Cowboys did in the 90s with Emmitt Smith and only give him the ball 10 times. Emmitt Smith was going to get the ball in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And even
actually,
now,
you saw the same thing with Walter Payton. Walter Payton did not get a lot of touches in the Super Bowl.
He didn't get a lot of touches, but they're right now, like if Ezekiel Elliott was in that Super Bowl with the Cowboys and he only touched the ball 9 times, he'd be screaming. He'd be whining to the media. He'd be whining to everybody. Yeah. And the fact that Gurley wasn't upset, and he said, and afterwards they interviewed him, and he said, "Oh, that's the way the game played out." I mean, we're all football fans. You're an ex-player. You know the game. You really know the game. We know. We've been watching the game for 40 years. We're fans. We know when someone's giving us a bunch of BS.
Yeah. So that's what he said. I mean, I didn't catch much of it, but if that's what he said, that means that they're trying to hide something. Or maybe he's trying to hide.
No question.
And and I understand that there's supposed to be disclosure with injuries. You're not really supposed to hide injuries. He was never on the injury report. So, because, I guess in the NFL, I mean, you have to, if a guy has a hangnail, it's supposed to be on the injury report, right? So he was never on the injury report, although he did miss a couple games late in the year with an injury. Mm-hmm. But he came back and he played in the playoffs against the Saints. He touched the ball 7 times.
Exactly. He didn't play much in that game either. I mean, I didn't watch the entire game. I caught the highlights, but when I was watching it, what I saw that he wasn't really a factor,
So when you take any team that gets to that level, when you take out their best offensive player, it's going to affect them immensely.
I'm telling you, it affects them immensely. And I feel like I never really knew about this Todd Gurley because I wasn't really watching. But when I started to watch and see this player, he is really good, man. I mean, he has great vision, great balance, speed, breakaway speed.
And he's 220 pounds. He's big.
And he's versatile. He's got good hands, too.
Yeah. No, he's the number one running back in the league. He's got he signed that big contract. He's paid like the number one guy in the league, too.
And he deserved it. He deserved it because of the way he plays and how he produces. And so I know that has to be something else there. There's just not...
It's unfortunate when a team gets to that level and they don't have their entire arsenal. And they were also missing Cooper Kupp, who's one of their best wide receivers, 1,000-yard wide receiver the previous year. He had a knee injury in the middle of the year.
But they did get there without Cooper Kupp anyway.
Well, he got injured in the middle of the year. Yeah, they did get there, but they didn't have their full arsenal with them. And every team gets to the Super Bowl. They don't have all their players. I mean, I understand a great team has to overcome that, which the Rams did. I mean, they got there, and
still got to,
they had the Seahawks have the 12th man, which is the fans up there. The Rams' 12th man was the referee in the NFC Championship game.
No question,
right?
No question,
right?
Man, what a crazy call, man! I mean, how do they miss that? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, how did they miss that?
I know. I mean, we hate
the wire transfer hit right before the call was ignored. I think that's what it was.
Sal can't help it.
But
it's the 12th man, right?
That's probably what made the play call or the flags, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they swallowed the whistle in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there weren't that many. Like there was one when Aaron Donald had
threw down
Tom Brady. I was like, there's going to be a flag for this one.
Yeah,
no flag.
No flag. Yeah, no, they did. They
All
didn't.
right.
They tried not to affect the game.
Yeah, but now when you were playing, if you would have ragdolled the quarterback like that, you would have got called for a flag for sure, wouldn't you?
Oh, not probably when I was playing. It changed a little bit more.
Well, you were playing about 150 years ago. When's the last time you played? 2012?
Yeah. Well, 2008 was my last year.
You played against Brady a number of times, right?
Yeah. I played against Brady a couple of times, and probably a number of times.
Did you ever throw him down like that?
No, I never throw him down.
You ever throw Peyton Manning down like that?
No,
but those guys are big too. The Manning's big, right? 6'5",
he's a big guy. But the other thing with Peyton, it's so hard to even touch him because his offensive line does such a good job, and he's such a smart quarterback.
Yeah.
And he has greater awareness that even if you feel like you're getting when quarterbacks get to a certain maturity, it's kind of like they can feel when people are around them. I don't know how they do it.
So which quarterback would you rather sack from an enjoyment standpoint? Would it be a bigger accomplishment to throw down Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
Or is there another guy that we haven't mentioned that you would love to sack?
No, actually, let's see now.
Going back through the Rolodex of sacks.
No, every sack is good. Every sack in a quarterback is always good. And there's been times where I think I might have had a sack against Tom Brady. Maybe college. I think in college.
Okay. SU against Michigan?
Yeah. That Michigan. Yeah.
Okay.
But it became very, very difficult to get to him. I think I hit him a few times, and I even have a picture when I was blitzing, and I went to jump over the running back, and he chop blocked me, and my feet is like up in the air.
Oh man, yeah.
No, like literally.
Well, there are some guys
over heels.
Monday, but we did beat him on that Monday night game, and the reason why we beat him because we were blitzing a lot. But yeah, it's always good to sack those guys because they're such good competitors, and they don't really get sacked.
But who's the guy that you got the most? Now, I know you told me this one before, but I want everybody hearing this on KSHP 1400 and iHeartRadio to hear it as well. You told me about this.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Well, my guess is it's going to be a division rival. I mean, if you played in the AFC East or you played on the Texans, it's going to be in the AFC South. My guess is one of the division rivals.
You have Peyton Manning, and you have
did you play against Chad Pennington? Was he on the Jets then, or yeah, maybe.
Can't really remember. It's some games you think about and some games you don't. Yeah, whatever. But I know when I play against Tampa Bay, I affect the quarterback, and it was a really big sack. I remember it because I blitzed the fullback tried to block me. I fell on the ground, then I turned around, and then I chased the quarterback all the way down and sacked him for and knocked him out of field goal range.
Fullback, that was Mike Allstott, wasn't it?
No, Mike Allstott was there when I was in Miami. When I went over to Houston, I don't think he wasn't the fullback. But he was, man.
Well, with Tampa, yeah.
Talk about a big fullback that could run with great vision. I mean,
he was good. Yeah, he had a 1,000-yard season. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was 250 pounds. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how you play linebacker. I mean, you're a big guy, but you're taking on offensive guards, offensive tackles, plugging the hole. You guys got more heart.
Yeah, it's definitely about the way you train yourself and playing with it. It's all about speed and power.
So much heart you guys have. Okay, listen, we're gonna take our second break, and we'll be back on the other side. Tommy T.
Greenwood here. Stick around, everybody.
All right, let me see that read.
Which quarterback you were talking about?
You told me about this. We talked about this.
Maybe you're mistaken.
No, I'm not mistaken. No.
What are we talking about? Which quarterback was it?
It's easier than you think.
You can't remember.
I can't remember. But you told me, and I remember it was.
It was an AFC quarterback. And because I asked you before, I said, well, which one did you really take pride in? And you hit.
Maybe Brett Favre on the Monday Night Football. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Big guy, huh? Another big dude, right?
It wasn't. It wasn't Brett Favre. Come on, man.
I mentioned I didn't sack him, but
you hit this guy many times.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, you did mention hitting Ben quite a few times.
He's like hard to take down. No matter how many times you hit him, and if you don't get a good clean hit and wrap up, it's like he's.
Well, he does that to defensive linemen. I mean, there's guys 6'5", 300 pounds, and they they'll get their hands on him, and he still gets a pass off with them hands.
Still gets a pass off.
Yeah, great.
The guy's built like a tree trunk.
Yeah.
When you got a quarterback that's bigger than you.
Yeah.
What
is he like? 6'5", 280.
I imagine hitting a guy like Cam Newton. Just so freaking huge, and so big and strong. Yeah.
Well, as far as running backs, I know I talk about Adrian Peterson as far as running back to tackle. He's not just he's fast. You have some running backs that's fast after they break the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
he was a beast.
Strong, fast, powerful.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, Marlon, I'm going to throw it to you again. Give us a little bit more. Give us some more beats.
Well, you want me to bring
No, I'm going to do it.
Bring it back. He's going to throw you.
To give a different
do your thing
beats.
again. By the way, that was fantastic.
I'll do a different song then.
Okay, folks, welcome back to Place Your Bet. I'm Sal The Bookmaker. This segment is brought to you by Cali Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk show. Cali Vegas can help you with everything you need to get out of sitting in hours of traffic and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Cali Vegas right now at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119, or visit them at calivegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com, and tell them Place Your Bet sent you. Also, a big welcome to everybody listening in on iHeartRadio and KSHP 1400 right here in Las Vegas, as well as those watching on Facebook Live. We're here with 8-year NFL linebacker Morlon Greenwood. A big thumbs up from him, Tommy T, and Sal The Bookmaker. All right, I'm going to throw it back to you, Marlon, and let's hear what you got.
Ultimate a man who talk about the peace. Them a talk about the war. Them a talk about disease. Optimistic, me not accept defeat. Remember, whatever you sow, you will reap. I bless you. You tell me about me blood. Talk behind me back in my face, skin your teeth. You worship the devil and the mark of the beast. Me a praise up Jesus and the word we him preach. You know it's ultimate. Big bad and bold place, skull off a roll with Excalibur. You know how we do it.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
Morlon Greenwood, everybody. Syracuse University, Miami Dolphins, Houston Texans, linebacker.
All right. And a local entertainer, and you've been on some big productions as well. You've worked with Pitbull, you work with Flow Rider. You've done some big stuff. Give everybody a little bit of taste of who you've worked with and where you've been.
Well, I've worked with you've mentioned Pitbull.
But it sounds better coming from you.
He did a Take Me There remix. I have a song with Flow Rider called Drop. That I recorded when I was doing the recording down in Florida. I tried to remix it and release it again, so that's something that they could look out for. Also, my website, I have a website, ultimate5256.com, ultimate5256.com. 52 and 56, 52 numbers, with the Dolphins, 56 when I was with the Texans. Also worked with, did a song with Kimon and Marley. I recorded that with them. I also did a song with Mr. Vegas. It's funny because I'm living in Vegas.
Right,
there's
right.
an artist called Mr. Vegas. He literally. He has a song called "It's I killing with you now, just make up I know you're not." Something like that.
So now you're also performing locally here in Vegas on occasion as well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I performed a Double Barrel a few months ago. Did a few performances there. What we're doing currently, we're working on like a set because there's an opportunity for me to possibly perform at the Palms over the summer.
Nice. How about a big round of applause for that?
That'd be great, man. You got to let us know, man. We'll come out for that.
Yeah,
Support you
definitely.
at the Palms.
We're definitely having a meeting with them coming up here. I'm just looking forward to it.
He's not waving at you. He's waving at me.
He's waving at me.
I'm trying to get him to fade out that applause.
Fade out the applause.
They only had 3 more seconds to go, so I let it go.
Yeah, but definitely, hopefully everything work out there, and we'll be able to have some performance there over the summer. Also with doing a lot of stuff. That's why I don't really get a chance to really watch that much football, because working with the NFL alumni, we're a fairly new chapter here in Las Vegas. Our mission is caring for kids and caring for our own. The NFL alumni have been in existence since 1967. The headquarters is in New Jersey, and they just formed a chapter here. There are 36 different chapters across the United States. We're the 36 different the chapter that was formed. With the Raiders coming here, there's a lot of excitement with football, and we're very excited to be able to focus on our Caring for Kids initiative, which is going out there, helping the kids within the community, giving the guidance and the direction that they need, which is right alongside what I do in my foundation, which is the MG52 Morlon Greenwood Foundation, which is a leadership and mentorship program for at-risk youth and socioeconomic disadvantaged youth and adolescents here in Las Vegas. Put on free football camps for the kids. Back to the NFL alumni, we have a partnership with Impact Wrestling. They like to feature different organizations, the foundations that's doing things with the youth within the community, and we're gonna be doing a press conference February 15th. They're gonna have a press conference at 5:00. It's gonna be over there in Samstown. Samstown, if they want tickets for that, they go to samstownlv.com.
What date is that again?
That's February 15th. They're going to be in town from February 15th to the 17th, but they're going to announce their partnership with us on the 15th that night.
Excellent. How about a round of applause for that?
Absolutely.
A short one.
Okay. Short round of applause there.
There you go.
Not a 14-second round of applause? Okay.
Yeah. Also, we've been getting support from Caesars as well, and we're really appreciative of everything that they've done for us, and we're looking forward to do a lot of big things here within the community through the Caring for Kids initiative.
This is a fantastic organization. I'm going to give you the highest honor for the Place Your Bet radio show right now. You just got the gong of approval, which is a big deal.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's his big deal, right?
To
me, I think it's the Gong Show gong, but he says it's the big deal.
The gong of approval here.
Gong.
It's like at this show here, Sal and I are very active. We went bowling last week.
Yes.
We're
going to take you bowling, Marlon.
We're also yogis. I'm a yogi. I'm getting Sal, and I've been a yogi for 20 years.
I'm a Yogi Bear. I eat all the sandwiches.
From Los Angeles, yoga, Pilates, all the boot camps, kettlebell boot camps, and all that stuff. I've been trying to get Sal in there. Hey, listen, if I go bowling with you one more time, you got to come to a Pilates class with me one time.
This isn't a trade-off. It has nothing to do with a trade-off. Bowling is bowling, and that's the end of it. Marlon, you're going to go bowling with us next time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. I want to see you throw the ball 150 miles an hour.
If I'm absolutely free, and that's,
bring the kids, bring the wife, bring everybody. It doesn't matter. Bring the boys from the association. Who cares?
Marlon had a career in a sport where there's some of the most fit athletes in the world, and you were considered one of the elite in that sport. You 4 pounds. Your squat press was almost 700 pounds. In a sport of the elite, you were setting records even then.
That doesn't translate in bowling, mister.
No. Like in college, Coach Ed Ogeron that recruited me there.
Oh, Coach O, was that Syracuse?
Yeah. Syracuse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He recruited me from Freeport, Long Island. Every year at Freeport, the recruiters used to come to Freeport and be like, do you have anybody? Do you have anybody? And Coach used to always say, not this year. And then one year, I guess, when I played, when I just line up here, don't be offside and go get the football that year, first year playing, and my coach called Syracuse, he was telling me, guess what? I got somebody for you. And that was me. But at the same time, I didn't know that you could get a scholarship,
well, you only played 2 years of high school, you said?
Well, you're from Jamaica. Tell everybody, a lot of people don't know that you're from Jamaica.
Yeah, originally from Jamaica, from Kingston, Jamaica. I came to the States when I was 11. I came over here, and my father came here from a big family. Got 7 brothers and 4 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, my child.
Like Sal. Sal's from a big family also.
Yeah.
You know how we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but all that workout stuff has nothing to do with bowling. I'll just have you know that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Coach Ogeron, I wanted to talk about the childhood because we'd be jumping here. My goal was to help my family. So when I came to the States, my father said, if you want to get a great job, get a good education. So I was an honor roll-ish marking period. Then I got into football. I got into wrestling my sophomore year through my gym teacher.
Which had to help football.
He got me into wrestling, yeah. He got me into wrestling, but he took 4th in the county. I ended up becoming 5-time state champion with scholastic and freestyle wrestling and Greco-Roman. I did all of those. But then going up to Syracuse, remember Coach Ogeron said to me one time in the weight room, he said, Morlon, your legs are going to take you everywhere you go. Make sure you take care of them. And then he walked off. He's just like, your legs are going to take you everywhere you go.
But
and that southern drawl.
But Ogeron, I mean, he's
Morlon.
right. It's got that.
It's
Morlon, let me tell you something.
That's great,
Your legs
man.
are going to take you everywhere you go. Make sure you take care of them. And think about it. Your legs take you everywhere you go.
Right. I heard a very similar story about him saying the same thing to one of my friends. That's Leonard Marshall from the New York Giants, right? And same guy, down at LSU. We had him down there, and I heard almost the same exact story. So I mean, this is obviously what he does.
Have impacted a lot of guys.
Oh,
He had Warren Sapp, to talk, and those guys that he coached down in Miami. And he's just have that effect on players where he just want to see you be the best person you can be, the best player you can be, on and off the field. And even though he wasn't coaching me, he was coaching the defensive line, but he wanted to make sure that I was doing what I was supposed to do. And for the most part, it didn't really have to say much to me because I was driven to be the best that I can be. That's why my name is Ultimate. Ultimately, I want to achieve the best.
Man. Quite a career, and like I said, you set. Your pro day, you did a 4.47 40-yard dash in your pro day at Syracuse. That's ridiculous.
Actually, there's a. It was 4.47 and there's a 4.42, but they put the 4.47.
Really? How come they screwed you out of 5/100th of a second? Hey, come on.
But it happened. The first one was 4.47. The second one was 4.42.
And how old were you when you came over from Jamaica?
I was 11 years old.
Okay, so it's about the same age. I have a friend of mine. I'm from Los Angeles, and I have a longtime friend who's from Jamaica, and his family moved to New York also, and he's my age, so we're older than you. But he said that he was in Jamaica until he was like 11 or 12 years old, and his father came over first and got established, and then he sent for the family, right? Yeah, and my friend says that they came over in the wintertime. Yeah. Right. So he said that they landed at the airport, they got all their luggage, and the whole family walked out of the airport, and my friend wouldn't leave the airport. He said the doors open, and he said it was so cold that I didn't want to go outside.
Right, yeah.
It's like kind of like walking in the studio sometimes.
Well, that was his introduction to New York, was I'm staying in the airport. This is good for me.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw snow. And when we knew that the snow was going to come, I think we came in I want to say September, October, so it wasn't snowing.
So you had a few months.
Yeah, a few months. And then when it was snowing, we were outside, looking at the snow coming down, wow.
Like it was
real.
magical.
Yeah, magic.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, we were like,
Did you see it today here in Vegas?
Yeah.
It was snowing here in Vegas at 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I went out to my car. I was like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, wow. I was going to say I was inside having meetings, and that's another thing. The Public Education Foundation building, they're right across the street from UNLV. They're doing a lot of big things. That's where we have our office, and for the alumni, and that's where I was at. So when you said 1 o'clock, I was like 1 o'clock. Where was I? Well, I was in a meeting, right. And so it never stops, but it's definitely a good thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to establish our presence here within the community. We're developing different programs that we could have for the youth that they can really benefit from.
So how many members of the NFL alumni are here in town in this chapter?
Well, here in town, you're talking players or just members, period?
Members.
I would say we have about 30 to 40 members. And players is about...
I mean, it's a relatively new chapter, too.
It's a relatively new chapter. We're going to be working on getting our members up, but at the same time, we want quality members that really want to support what we're doing, and just don't be a member just to be a member. I want you to be
just so they can wear the patch.
Yeah. Well, there's an ex-player here in town. You must have played against him, Jonathan Ogden, the Hall of Fame tackle.
Yeah.
He's in. I know him because Sal's gonna fall off the chair, but he's in my yoga class all the time.
Nate Schmidt just did.
Ogden,
good.
Ogden is in fantastic shape, and he's an amazing yogi. He's in my class often.
That's because he does yoga.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's no weight bearing. All those weight bearing stuff. Wear out your shoulders and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all those things. So, so that's a good exercise to do. That's one of the things that I need to get back into doing. I used to do some of that, but been so busy with everything. But
well, if you need any referrals,
it's because I'm from Jamaica why I look like this.
Well, I was just gonna say you're still in fantastic shape. So do you still have a weight training program? Are you still in the gym? Have you any time for that? Because you look like you haven't missed much workouts.
Well, aren't you in there with DJ on a regular basis still?
Yeah. He definitely. DJ, I train a guy that I mentor from. We used to go to Delta Academy, and now he went to Cimarron. And he played football, so I wanted to be able to train him and be able to mentor him, and just any question that he have. I know it was a very big year for him coming to his senior year and wanting to play football and wanting to know. DJ's a really great kid. He has a 3.7.
Probably one of the greatest kids. One of the greatest humans I've ever met.
Yeah, definitely.
What an incredible kid.
Mm-hmm.
He really is.
Yeah.
I hope he can play next year somewhere. I hope all that falls into shape for him. Mm-hmm. But I know you've been working really hard training him for a long time. I watch the videos. I see it. I talk to DJ. He tells me about it. Yeah. That's great. Give him a big round of applause for that.
Very good. Okay.
And those things are really early in the morning, too. So.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I got to get it done.
I'm still up, and you guys are at the gym.
I haven't been there, because we had our events coming up for the alumni. So, that was getting real busy. So, but I got to get back in there with him. But I spent so much time with him that now he should be able to really be in there and get the work done.
All right. Hey, Morlon, tell everybody again here in the last minute or so how everybody could follow you, where they could learn about what you're doing and so forth.
Well, you could definitely follow me on, as far as the music is concerned, Ultimate5256. That's my Instagram. My Twitter. That's also my Facebook. My website is ultimate5256.com. For the foundation, mg52.org. For the alumni, NFLALV.org. And our Instagram is NFLALV. Our Twitter is NFLALV. And also our Facebook, NFLALV.
All right.
So right down the list, yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, good stuff.
Fantastic.
All right, Tommy, we got about a minute left.
Minute left here.
And you know what? This was a fun show. It's a different show. I like the fact, bringing friends in here.
Great surprise.
And talking a little bit of football, talk a little bit of helping people. We hear a lot about what some of the players maybe want to do, but here's Morlon in here telling everybody what is actually going on right here in Vegas. And that's great news because a lot of people don't really know.
Yeah.
That's high quality content.
Well, one of the things that we want to do is also let them know that we do have a chapter here.
Right.
Caring for kids, caring for all the NFL alumni Las Vegas chapter, and we're looking to do big things. So.
All right. Well, here on Place Your Bet for Tommy T, I am Sal the Bookmaker. Make sure you place your bet.vegas. Check us out. Check out the characters and pick up a subscription. And we'll see you tomorrow right here on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone. Right. Yes! Funny stuff. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.